Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Raiders and the Jets, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
Going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down.
One loss lacrosse team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Carr now on first down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. On the move past the 40. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Into the red zone, it's Carr. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. To throw on 2nd and 10, Carr. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On play action, now Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance as they'll get him down at about the 17.
Huge performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers.
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that's incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Wilson. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On 2nd and very short, Carr. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover in the end zone.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined Every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. Carr going to give it to Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit like, hey,
second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Sliding out of the pocket. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Jets at 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And the Raiders have got him. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it with Hall off the option. Bilal Nichols there on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And that's why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the deficit will hold pat at 13.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to... And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their deep.